Carol?
Musical memory.
Mm.
I wonder if this can be classed as a musical memory, but I can remember walking around the house with a net curtain over my head, singing from my brother's school hymn book, pretending I was the Virgin Mary. Can that be classed as a musical memory?
I'd say yes. What were you singing at the time?
I've no idea. But I remember doing it.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? It was a call, obviously, on my life.
Exactly. Does religion play a big part in your life then?
I wouldn't call it religion, but relationship, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not religious.
No?
Not religious, but I love God.
Right, okay.
There is a difference.
What's the difference then?
Well, the difference is I'm not striving to please God, I'm just accepting that He loves us.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
you know, through that you live your life because you know you're loved and accepted and forgiven, and you're living sort of the fullness of that, really.
Yeah.
And you love other people as you should, hopefully. And try and do good. So yes, it does play a big part.
Yeah.
I'm part of a church in London called the Eden.
Right.
I'm in charge of the worship team there, so great fun. We rock the flock every week.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Do you play there live?
I do.
Rock the flock.
I play piano actually.
Yeah.
Rock the flock, standing up and playing the piano.
Yeah.
And,
So where's this happening in Malvern then?
Eden, it's the Pentecostal church behind the train station. It's a little
Right, gotcha.
building.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's good fun.
And you lead that service each week?
Yeah.
So that's going to take a lot of time.
It does. So when you're saying I haven't done many gigs, that's partly why, because there's a lot of preparation.
It's almost like a gig, isn't it, really?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting as well.
Yeah.
It's as exciting as a gig, you know, things we get up to. I mean, they were dancing around the aisle Sunday night. We were playing for 2 hours flat out, and great fun.
Yeah. Do you get other musicians coming along then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Right.
I had a couple from other churches join me on Sunday night, like as a guest,
Yeah.
to sort of just make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because it gets a bit samey otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great fun.
It sounds it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, come to church, it's fun.
Yeah. There you are. What about your first ever gig then?
My first ever gig, oh gosh, I paid one.
Well, no, just first ever a gig. Doesn't have to be a paid one.
I can remember that as well.
Yeah.
Well, I stood up and I was about 14, and it was at this sort of, actually I don't know what it was, but I remember standing up with my little black flowery dress on, and very nervous, and feeling very nervous, and singing, "Where do I begin?" Sorry, love story. Do you remember that one?
I do. Ryan O'Neill, wasn't it? I'm old enough to remember it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've seen him and all.
We're two of a kind.
Tayton O'Neill. Yes. That's where they.
No, it wasn't Tayton O'Neill. It was Ryan O'Neill and that short-haired lady, very short-haired. No, she had long
Julie
hair.
Andrews? No.
No. I've forgotten her name.
Now they'll come to us.
Yeah, it wasn't really a gig, but that was my first public, I think, performance. And then shortly after that, I joined this little youth club, you know, and
Was this on Jersey?
yeah. So I used to be in a little folk group with a few girls, and we'd go and sing to the old folks, and do little concerts. Every year they would have a big concert in the opera house that all the youth would take part in. So I would be playing my piano, singing my little songs, and then other times being in my little folk group. So and then slowly it just sort of my first. The way that I was introduced into being paid for a gig was I took part in a talent contest in Jersey. It was between all of the islands, and I came runner-up of the whole thing when I was 19. And with that prize money, I bought myself a microphone and a little bit of PA. A hotel approached me and said, "Well, would you come and sing, in our hotel bar?" So that's how I started singing for a living, really.
Right. So how many nights a week was that in the hotel?
Well, that was only one night a week,
Yeah.
and then shortly after that, I think I got a bit discouraged and gave it up. And then I think the following summer, one of the guys that had been in the contest with me rang me up and said, "Hey Carol, how do you fancy being a duo? I've got some work for us." And so I suddenly became this duo. We were called Just Friends. Two little guitars, and me with this sparkly boob tube, you know. I thought I'd made it. And we were part of this little travelling cabaret in Jersey. So like at 8 o'clock one night we'd set up, we were like the singing duo. We'd do 4 songs, and then we would have a fire eater. She would be the Safari, she was called, and she would be doing her limbo dancing and setting fire to herself and eating it and all that. Eating fire rather like herself. And then there was a comedian, and then the 2 dancing girls with feather boas.
Right.
So we were our little travelling cabaret. So we do our one cabaret show at 8 o'clock in the one hotel venue, and then we pack it up and then whiz off to another hotel, and then at 10:30 do it all over again. So I was doing that 4 nights a week. Thought I'd made it.
Yeah, okay.
I saved a lot of money actually that summer. I think I did.
Yeah.
It was great fun. So that's how I started really.
Yeah, that's all. And what's the best gig you've done so far then?
Oh, I think the best gig has been the church gig actually, where I've led worship in front of 5,000 people. That's the Peterborough Showground. Wow. Yeah, we did it for 4 consecutive years. That I led that with the band. That's been the best gig.
Yeah.
I can't say it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. Well, that's something else.
Yeah.
Did you travel around the UK then with all these gigs? Or was it just,
I was at Bible College for a while, so I did travel around with the Bible. Colin Urquhart, who was the main man. So for a while we travelled with him, doing stuff, different places. Yeah. And then obviously once a year they would have a Bible camp, where there's lots of these things that go on now, like Stoneleigh and all these places. And we used to take part in that, and that was amazing, just amazing. But it's funny, you can be stood in front of 5,000 people, and it's like a bit unreal.
Yeah, I bet.
And I could be more nervous in front of an audience of 10 people or 20, rather, because it seems a bit. It's just like a sea of faces. And
yes, and you can relate to them in the small one. Yeah. Same for me.
One of the other best gigs I've done has been outside under the stars in Burundi.
Whoa.
So I went over to Africa back in 93 or 4. Yeah. And so I was singing in Kirundi, leading worship in Kirundi in their language. So that's another really amazing gig. We'd start singing and all these people would come out the bush. And there'd be no people when you begin, and then by the time you finish, there's how many, couple of thousand maybe come to you again. So I've had some quite amazing musical experiences in my life. Life's a bit boring at the moment.
Stuck in little old Malvern, eh?
No, but it's lovely. I've got a family now, that's fulfilling in other ways.
Yeah.
But I'm dying to get out doing a bit more music, really. Especially with my new little setup. So.
We'll look forward to that.
Who knows? I've got to push myself a bit more. I'm not very good at promoting myself or saying, here I am. I almost wait for doors to open, but you sometimes got to push them a little bit yourself.
Yeah. Any strange gigs you've done over the years? Weird and strange ones? No. What was it like working at the celebrity restaurant in Birmingham?
Oh, you've been reading my website.
Wow, research.
A strange gig could be included in that. Could be not strange, but a bit weird. I used to sit behind the bongos, every night because there was a duo that used to sing at the restaurant. They do their bit, and then I'd do my bit, so I'd sit with the bongo player, so I'd be behind the bongos. I used to do a Monday night when they had their night off, as well as do the other nights with them. But the Monday night I'd be totally on my own, and so the quietest gig I've ever done is sung to one person all night. Bless him. He was in the restaurant.
On his own?
On his own. And I was there. Well, I was being paid, whether there's someone there or not, I've got to sing. So I was there singing to this lovely man all night, and he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, do one-man, personal concert.
Personal singer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was there.
Yes, maybe. Yeah. We used to get some celebrities come in that restaurant, hence the name.
Yeah. Such as name drop.
Well, there's not that many actually, but Peter Suchet came in. He was nice.
Yeah.
Poirot, that's him, isn't it?
He's got a famous brother, isn't he? I heard the other day. Didn't you read the news? John Suchet.
Oh,
I didn't realise they were related.
brother?
Yeah. I learned that
never
the
knew
other day. There you
I
go.
never knew that.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else. Not many. I didn't
Yeah.
see that many. Tony LaRue might have come in one night, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. That was boring though. Sometimes, I mean, I played at that restaurant 3 nights a week for 4 years.
Yeah.
That gets a bit monotonous.
Yeah.
I mean, some nights I was so bored that if I was singing a song with a long note, I'd yawn in the middle of it. Because, you know, it's like, oh, so bored. Didn't do really good. Probably did me a favour when it was up for development when they were closing. You know.
Yeah.
Did me a favour.
Right, time for another tune?
Well, we could talk all night, couldn't
Yeah,
we?
well, exactly. You
Yeah,
could,
sorry.
the record is 1 hour and 2 minutes by Perry Foster, I think. So you might beat that
really?
tonight.
We're halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
30 minutes.
Two
Talking
songs
2
in.
minutes.
No, talking for an hour and, well,
Oh, an hour
talking
and
and
2
playing.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you could pitch the record off Perry tonight.
I could.
Yeah. He had the open mic at the Chestnut, and now
Yeah.
you've got the record for
You
this.
go down and break it to him. You'll be distraught.
Oh, do you want another song then?
Oh, go on then if you
Go
must.
on then. Do you want a sad one or a happy one or a...
I don't mind. Go on, Dave pick, because I always...
I'll do a happy one.
Do a happy one
Yeah.
for now.
Well, this song I wrote actually for a friend who was a bit discouraged and a bit down, thinking she was going to have to bog off from her family and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this for her, really. It's called Bigger Picture.